Hi, my name's Dr. Catherine Hughes from Crime Psych. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you an overview of behaviour sequencing analysis. Just over 12 months ago, I released a video with Dr. David Keatley, who's one of the leaders in this area. I'll put that video link in the description box below if you want to go and check those videos out. In this video, I'm going to very briefly describe this sequence analysis methodology. I'll leave out all of the complex statistics that go along with it and focus on how it's done and why it's important and why it's such an innovative technique. Psychology, as we know, is the scientific study of the human mind and its functions, especially those that affect behaviour in a given context. There are many different approaches to psychology, and each one of them is underpinned by a shared set of assumptions of what people are like, what's important to study, and how to study it. Psychology is a wide area of studies. It encompasses a wide range of studies relevant to many aspects of our day-to-day lives. Psychologists want to seek to understand what influences our behaviour, what drives our behaviour. We want to understand how things like medications, drugs or brain injuries can change the ways that we behave in society. Psychology can help to explore, understand and fix many of the problems that we face in society today. Psychologists seek to understand the thoughts, emotions and mental processes that we have. The overall aim of psychology is to understand the thoughts, feelings, emotions and motivations and the biology and the mechanisms behind those processes. We do this through various studies, such as studies that focus on observation, through testing and measuring. And we have various types of studies that involve observation by testing and measuring differences in behaviour. We form reliable and statistically tested studies to prove or disprove certain aspects of psychology and behaviour. Many studies within psychology use very tightly controlled experiments to measure the outcomes. However, when it comes to studying behaviour, tightly controlled experiments aren't always possible. For example, if you wanted to know how long a criminal career spanned, you could examine 1,000 cases. You could simply take the average length of time. However, the length of time a person commits crime might be influenced by numerous factors, such as the age that they started committing crime, whether or not they get caught, changes in relationships, having children, and so on. Studying the behaviour of humans can be very difficult due to the sometimes very unpredictable nature of people. Therefore, researchers have to find ways to examine behaviour without influencing it. There can be many factors that change the way a person behaves, and this can also be true when a person is committing a crime. During a criminal act, the perpetrator will carry out a set of behaviours. There's usually some logical structure to this sequence of behaviours. According to the Behaviour Sequence Analysis website, they say they take a meaningful series of events, which is meaningful largely because of the order in which things occur, and turn it into something meaningless, in which everything except the order has been faithfully captured. That's why behavioural sequence analysis is such an important area to research. Behaviour sequence analysis allows for the effective investigation of complex interactions between behaviours, actions and events that occur in the real world in real time. In sequence analysis, a volume of data, such as diary entries, statements, police records, are coded into behavioural categories or events. These categories or events are, by their very nature, positioned over a period of time, from minutes to hours to days to months and so on. This allows us to see the progression of events over time periods and understand which behaviours cause subsequent behaviours. Behaviours are coded as being present or absent and in what sequence they occur. Behaviour sequence analysis applies mathematical models to cause and effect links to further investigate the relationship between these events. Behaviour sequence analysis investigates how events unfold over time and is based on the assumption that identifying the temporal order of events is advantageous for acquiring a much more comprehensive understanding of issues such as violence. Sequence analysis methods provide researchers with a more effective way of analysing real-world data phenomena. Unlike many data analysis approaches, sequence analysis assumed that each of these events are interdependent rather than independent of one another. For example, if we were studying violent interactions at night time in bars or other venues, you might start by noting whether the person drank before going out, then look at aspects of the location such as how well or poorly lit they were, how the security staff responded, whether the violence was inside or outside of the establishment. It wouldn't be of any advantage to examine each of these factors in isolation, because the order in which these factors occurs affects the overall outcome. These behaviours are best examined in the sequence that they first occurred in. Once we know what the most likely outcomes of each variable are, interventions can then be implemented to reduce further violence in these types of establishments. This type of analysis has been used in many areas, including rape, serial killers, violence in nighttime, entertainment venues, and many, many other areas. I do hope that you've enjoyed this very brief overview of behaviour sequence analysis. I will leave a link to their website in the description below so you can go have a read around that subject. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.